Yo, what's up? Welcome in. How's it going, friends? Getting set up here. Hey, what's happening? We got Keeper Top Shot in the house. How's it going? Ross Guru, what's up with you? Welcome in, guys. Let's go. So, we're picking up where we left off. Where we're inside the Game Maker making a library of sorts. We might be kind of like starting up some prompts with Mid-Journey. But we'll also be, you know, just building out this this room. Lots to do. So, yeah, just going to be casually building. But yeah, thanks everybody for joining. Welcome in. Hope you're having a nice Friday. Yikes. Time flies when you're building cool voxel assets. Might hop into VoxEdit for a little bit too. But one thing we made yesterday at the end of our stream were all these yellow glowing blocks. So we can see how they look in person. Or I should say, in the metaverse. Welcome in. Hey, Go West. What's up, dude? So I really like the subtle look of this, where we have like a very faint light. You can, you know, still see through. I'm trying to turn it over, but it's too big. Maybe if there was like another object in front of me. Like this number pad. There it goes. So it's always on the bottom of the cube. I wish I could have a light shining on every side, which I guess isn't impossible. That would require 6 of the same thing, all kind of like parented together. Might look cool. But for now, don't really need it. We're just kind of playing with these shapes now. I'll probably have a couple like floating about the room. The rarity effect, as cool as it is, it's not very optimized. So by having them constantly active, that's probably going to impact the game performance. I mean, right now we're at 60 frames per second, but I'm also running from a pretty decent computer. So, yeah, let's just keep building. Working on the shape of our library. I'm sure Kay will have some, you know, new custom blocks to build with. Do we have any? What do we got? I mean, we have these circuit blocks. Nice. Looks cool. Well, one thing that reminds me, I can tell Kay about. But welcome in. Hope you're all having a nice Friday. Just gonna get started. Do some casual building. Let's see what blocks we could use to build out this library. Library. Not bad. Good day. What's up, Rufu? Welcome in. Boxmaker Mark, what's happening? You were sick Oh man, well I'm glad you're feeling better now. But back at work, hope it goes quick for you. It doesn't activate the sickness again. So I'm basically deciding on an aesthetic. An aesthetic? Aesthetic. I mean, darker is always better in a way. Not terrible. We also have to imagine how it looks from underneath. And then I'll probably be adding these as like panel lights. I am doing well. Thanks for asking, Rifu. How about yourself? Oh. Excuse me. Okay, good night, Rufu. Thanks for popping in. Catch ya later. Ooh, this has a nice yellow to it. We'll see how this looks. I mean, I would prefer a darker color. Maybe I'll end up making some blocks. We could use the museum colors. We have a very specific color combination going on.
The party starts now.
Go, OG! Welcome in. What's up, OG and fam? Hey, Lazy Bunny. How are you? Welcome.
Mate, what do you want to do tonight?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky.
Try to take over the world.
Welcome, OG. How was your stream? Welcome, Raiders. Sand fam. Cold cuts and cheese. Wicked you too. Doing well. Glad to hear it, Lazy Bunny. Fred and Ferd, what's up? Welcome. 9A7A. Are we getting in trouble today? So, yeah, we're building out this library. I might make some custom blocks. And perhaps even start working on a bookcase. I kind of want to make one just for fun. I also want to make like small books. I feel like that's an asset that Sandbox should provide, you know, in their default collection. So making like a little book. Kay's got a lot of stuff like on his list. Like we've been building out a list of box set assets this week alone. So I think I can make, you know, some simpler stuff like a book or a bookcase. Well, I do like the brown. So again, we're trying to mix and match this kind of like vibrant yellow. And it is kind of like the corruption color for our game. So the best we can do for that would be to, you know, complement it. Hey, Drakusha, welcome. Thanks, Rifu, I appreciate it. Good night. See you later. More voxel fireworks, yo. Look forward to seeing those, OG. Escape room artist, G to the M.
G to the M.
G to the M. What's up, dude? So these are all the boxes we made yesterday at the end of our stream. I was taking a look at how they appear in game. I like the idea of using them as floor panels, but I also want them as kind of like skylights. I think yellow won't be the main color, but rather like an accent color for this room. So I'll probably make this particular, you know, like light as a white version as well, and that's going to be the non-corrupted version. Because as some of you are aware, these are using the legendary rarity VFX. So we're gonna want the white one, so we can get like a normal white light. So other than that, I think building a bookcase is in our future today. Unless we want to just use the generic one. So keeping that in mind, I do still want to have like a very darkened room, like a very kind of like black metaverse style room. We could also use the blue. So right now I'm just kind of like deciding on a color combination. Also, I saw this in the marketplace, and so I added it as a wish list. It's pretty cool. The mythic bookcase. Of course you do, Hoddle. That's your color. If I could have it my way, I'd make it green. Let's go! Well, for scale, we'll take a look at this bookcase here. And I'm going to open up Vox Edit and try to gauge how tall this is. Uh-oh. Vox Edit's freaking out. Vox Edit, don't do it! Can you not have it your way? I mean, I could, but I also have to have it K's way, so we meet in the middle. 3.5 human. What's up, Bone Golly? Man, Vox Edit is not having a good day today. Okay, it should be good now. Okay, let's make a new asset. Go into my folder, January, MN_bookcase _ V1. Oh, you like the speech to text? I'm glad. We definitely want, you know, this to be more accessible. PG, how's it going, PG? Mr. Metaverse. We'll do templates, avatar. This is just for scale. And so taking a look at how tall this bookcase is. I mean, we did the calculations yesterday, but that was a long time ago. That was 24 hours ago. Time flies. We're probably looking at 1, 2, like 5 characters tall. Let's go make a new VXM. This will be just a measure. And I'm going to make it, what's 32 times 5? Quick math. 160. Quick math. Is that really one? I feel like it's not as tall as I imagined. Oh, because it'd be twice that. So we're looking at like 320. And we can't go to 320. So instead I'll make 2 of these. Do create child node. We'll do M0, create child node M1. Unlink this one. We'll go ahead and set the pivot point center, floor, save it again. And we'll duplicate this one more time. This one will be M2. But now that's too tall, I think. We'll make a measure small. And we'll probably make this 32 times like 3. So we're looking at 96. Save it. Drag and drop that. That's about the height we want. So just taking another reference look. So we want the bookcase to span from the floor to the ceiling, or I should say the floor to the next floor. Looks about right. I wish there were, I mean, I guess there is a way to measure that. So let's just use a block here. We're talking 3264. That's man, 128. That's 256. Plus another 32. We're looking at math. 256 plus 32. It's 288? Okay. So right now, we're at 160 plus 96. I need 32 more to this, I think. It'll be 98. So 128? We're going to be building a bookcase. Let's go. I mean, this feels too tall. It's hard to say. What do you guys think? Fred and Ferd, don't take notes on my bad math. What game is this? Oh, Bogali, you're okay, dude. Don't worry about it. I am building a collaboration with O24K. We're making a meta futuristic cyberpunk mixed with feudal Japan. And I'm basically making puzzles and various different escape room type objectives. Lazy Bunny, you asked OG as well, trying to help with a sandbox game maker loading error. That does not look like anything I've seen before, Lazy Bunny. I'm not sure how to help you. If you have any farmer behaviors, that's my first thought, because it has farmer and the name of the error. Hey Lula! Lula Love 9. Welcome in. Yeah, I'm not sure how to help troubleshoot that, Lazy Bunny. Alright, well, we're going to start with this shape, and we're going to build a big bookcase. So let's build a frame first. We'll do bookcase frame. So we'll probably make it more or less thin, yet tall. So we want pretty wide, though. Let's do the maximum in width. Well, that's length. So we'll do 16. This one will be half of that. So we'll do half of 288, or 2... Yeah, that'd be 288, so we'll do 144. Hey, Nicholas Mage, what's happening? Welcome. So, yeah, width-wise, we're going to go for the maximum. So 256 here. And we'll take the darker color, our Metaverse Black, and we'll make a nice frame. It's going to be relatively simple at first. I basically want to make the shape and then start to decorate it. So we're going to do the shape first. We'll take a lot of inspiration from the original bookcase inside the sandbox. Oh, Voxmit. Oh, it's crashing. It's crashing. No, it's calculating too many voxels, I think. So maybe I shouldn't be filling out all this right now. Essentially, this is something I've learned with making Vox assets, is when you're working with a 256, like, you know, the maximum amount of voxels, you shouldn't be filling spaces because it's calculating every single voxel inside of your space. So, unfortunately, we're going to have to remove most of these. Yikes. It's so slow. So what we're going to do is instead build the frame piece by piece. So let's go ahead and save this. With just that back piece. I'm going to duplicate it. We're going to do bookcase back. And now I'm going to crop it. Just saw videos showing the stuff with 0.8. Oh yeah, so hype. I really hope they give us an announcement date, because they've been hyping this for how long now? Like, I'm not fudding, but rather, like, I am ready. Like, I am currently working in 0.7.12 for a lot of things, and I would love to, you know, just get into 0.8 and, like, officially start working on it. Man, it's so slow. But they've been hyped, like, Seb leaked, you know, stuff like 6 months ago. So we've been waiting that long. So I'm ready, dude. I'm ready. That's all I gotta say.
Sounds like somebody's got a case of the moon.
It's not Monday. I have to disable that when it's not Monday. It's not Monday. Yeah, I mean, if I was to be realistic, knowing how much stuff is coming out with 0.8, I think we are probably going to wait till March. Like, then that's just me being realistic. I don't know the answers. You know, like, I don't know when it's coming out. Be first quarter, maybe May. Yeah, May is a good guess, I would say. Yeah, 0.8 being experimental for sure. There's a lot of stuff coming out with 0.8. And it, you know, it's... They need to make sure it's ready. Like, they're not going to just hand it to us as soon as they create a new mechanic. So we just have to be realistic with our own expectations. And I'm going to keep, you know, making progress towards my games that are currently, you know, working in 0.7.12. And I am very excited for the day we can use 0.8.
I love lamp.
Yeah, 978. I can't wait for 0.7.13. It's going to be amazing. Super pumped. Let's do, I think we had 16. Four. And this is probably like 4. Save it. Well, if this is our center, probably don't want it to be that far back unless I make this longer. Which is not a bad thing to make it longer. Hey, what's up? Spycast Snickle. Welcome in. So instead, I'll do this at -8. And that way it'll be the halfway point for our 16 in width. Should be good there. Same here, Lazy Bunny. Oh, you stayed in 7.8. Well, Nicholas, I will say that I've done that before, where it's kind of, I skipped a couple versions, and it's worth noting, Nicholas, if you are hopping into experiences made in 7.12 in the drafts gallery, it can crash. That's happened to me before. Yo, what's up, Tom? Welcome in. So if somebody, publishes a game in 7.12 and you're still doing Game Maker in 7.8, like there will be some discrepancies. Hyped. Oh yeah, everybody's hyped. If they're building this much hype, we can only hope that, the release is around the corner. But we also have to be realistic about our expectations. There's a lot of stuff coming out, so it's very exciting. Do you guys want to take bets on when 0.8 actually comes out? I'm not sure how we could take bets. Like, what do you guys want to bet? You want to bet your firstborn child? Or am I going to get a firstborn child at this hour? After 0.7, 0.9, 0.9. Oh, okay, 9A7A. It's sequential, that makes sense. So I went from building out everything in one single asset to, cutting it apart. It's actually far more optimized this way.
I love lamp.
So it's kind of something we had to do. To make it even more optimized, I would probably remove like 4, I think they're right now 4 voxels thick. So I'd probably remove 3. But giving it that extra thickness will, make it hopefully pop a little bit more. So we'll see. Yo, ERA buying a coin. Let's go. Let's go. Thanks, dude. Firstborn child mart. Oh, is that where they are? Go West. It was a joke. You get to keep her. No, it's fine. I don't have a firstborn. Nope, she's yours. You can do it! Too late to apologize. I think building the books themselves is going to be the hard part. Maybe not. We'll be able to use the one in-game for reference. I like how they did that theirs, where it's kind of like there's books kind of sticking out, and then they have like the flat books against the back. So we'll do something similar, but just in, you know, our color palette. So we're going to have a specific color set for this bookcase, and I decide between the 3 colors that we used for this. So we have green, we're going to have a blue, and a yellow. So I think this, because it's like a database, we're going to be doing yellow, maybe? So when you think of knowledge, do you think blue or yellow? I'm leaning towards yellow, so I think we'll go with yellow. So most of our books here are going to be like a yellow coloration inside of our bookcase. So they're a little bit too large. We don't need them that wide. Probably do 132. Should work. Yeah, looks fine. Duplicate. This is going to be the top. We can unlink this one. Just move that up. Usually dark blue represents knowledge. Just some old color theory. Oh, you would throw me a curveball, Tom. That's okay. That's why I love you. Go West likes yellow too? Okay. Well, Go West countered the curveball with his own normal ball. Lazy Bunny, you built some floors yesterday. Tried putting NPCs on the floors in game, but NPCs were not walking. Oh, Lazy Bunny, give them no collisions, and then they'll be able to walk across them. That being said, you'll want them to be, you know, flat, so that their feet aren't, like, clipping through them. But I know exactly what you're saying, Lazy Bunny. This is where the OCD kicks in. I'm surprised I can't see the voxel faces here. I mean, we have the collision faces, which is helpful enough. Didn't know that? Yeah, Fred, if there's anything we can help with. You can make a facade, like a carpet. Oh, yeah. Sparky throwing that out, too. Yeah, so like a fake floor, pretty much. Felix is just very busy. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much, Cold Cuts. She sent me a message, too. And yeah, I was worried. We like V here. This is the V fan club stream. So thank you, Cold Cuts, also, for reaching out. I appreciate that very much. But yeah, we're the unofficial V fan club, so... Man, the zoom, like, slows down the more you zoom. I can't really, like, go around 3D space that well in Vox Edit. But hitting F allows me to center it, and then it resets the zoom. So, that's just a gripe, I guess I have. Game Maker does the same thing. Bottoms. Let's see, I should probably make these exactly the same. So we'll do like 7.7. See how that looks. As long as they're not sticking out the back, we're fine. But I just don't want them to stick out the front either. This is why I can't do Vox Edit, because I have OCD. I wouldn't say it's like major OCD, but it's enough to where it's like, I can't let this slide. 7.6. 7.5. What are we at? -1? Yeah, most of us wouldn't let that slide. Yeah, I agree. We're all professionals here, or at least semi-pro. Just like the movie. With Will Ferrell. Always be learning. Yes, please. ERA. Still novice? Really, Go West? Any assets? Are you in Sandstorm Marketplace at all? Like, I could have sworn you might have had an asset in Sandstorm Collection. Nicholas Mage and Game Maker, there's a glitch about zooming in too much. Oh, yeah. I've broken... I think I know what you're talking about. Things just break. It's 143 here. But once we have this frame, then we can pretty much cheese it with all the other things. Like they can be sticking up and inside of the frame, and we won't be able to see it. So that was more or less the hard part, was just getting the scale down. So now we can build out the books themselves. And again, we're going to be using the same kind of formula as our other bookcase here in our library. Where are you? Where are you? And I'm so sorry. I do like how they built these frames. Give it a nice ridge. Might do something similar. But I think I'll now make this kind of like cross guard. We'll see how difficult that is to throw together. We'll take a side. This will be bookcase cross. Hot cross buns. So we'll do 60. Use the rect tool, copy this a few times. Duplicate. I think our shelves will be a little bit wider, maybe. Save it. We should be able to add these all. Nope. I take it back. Hey, Turbo Modex, welcome in. This will be cross 1. Okay. I see some potential here. We do want it to be relatively symmetrical. So I'll push in the other edges. Have them roughly the same here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 16. We'll go one more. Or no, we'll keep it like that. That's fine. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Save it, see how it looks. Well, yeah, welcome in. Those of you new here, feel free to ask questions. We're working in both GameMaker and VoxEdit today. I'm making a bookcase that matches a very specific theme we're going for. Nothing really special, but at the same time, you know, a good exercise. Like, I still need to get my practice in with VoxEdit. Like, VoxEdit and GameMaker go hand in hand, so it's like you can't ignore one or the other. Like, if you're a Vox editor, you have to understand how things interact. Especially animations. I see a lot of Vox editors kind of neglect animations, as in, like, don't review them in game. Like, if you are primarily Vox editing, be sure to bring your assets into the GameMaker so you can see how they interact. Vox Machina.
Vox Machina's done something like this.
Of course. What's up, Vox Machina? So this bookcase, I think I'm actually going to make a new version. So this is something I like to do. We'll do bookcase cross v2. And drag that back in. I'm working from this new one. I'm going to make more revisions, such as merging all of our layers. I'll crop it. And then I'll probably remove the front faces. So like maybe 2 faces per. And we'll crop it again. And then we're gonna probably commit to yellow here. I don't think it needs a missive yet, but I'm gonna color the front faces. And we'll see how that looks. If anything, it'll help us line things up a little bit better. So we don't want any Z fighting. So I'll probably stagger these a little bit. Ideally, I think it's better if I just remove a couple faces. Crop it again. And generally you want to crop from the top. It'll just save you some extra steps because your pivot point is generally on the bottom. One random question, what happened to Cyberdragon? He had such cool tutorials. Cyberdragon is full-time for Sandbox now. And he has his own studio. So Cyberdragon is incredibly busy. But yeah, I mean, he does a lot of live streams, much like myself, where it's a place to ask questions. I don't think he's streamed in a while because of the holidays, but if you do catch one of his live streams, that is the best place to learn Game Maker. He's also Australian, so he streams kind of at odd hours for me personally, so I can't often catch his streams and it feels bad. But yeah, as for like questions that you guys might have, I am going to start making more tutorials. I've almost finished my Blender tutorial, which will be coming out hopefully tomorrow. So tomorrow is going to be my release day for the Blender tutorial. I've learned quite a bit on how to render an asset in Blender. So Light Tracer is like the go-to for a lot of sandboxers, but Light Tracer costs money. Blender is free. So I wanted to provide that, you know, for the community. Huh. You can't use the delete key in this text box, which is kind of odd. Do H1 for horizontal. We have to change the pivot point? Looks like it. Good to know he's doing nice. Yeah, Cyberdragon is, I think, everyone can agree, probably the most experienced when it comes to Game Maker. He has a lot of very valuable knowledge when it comes to Game Maker. He's been part of Sandbox for 2 years. By comparison, I crossed year 1, so I'm still catching up. And if he doesn't stop, I can't really catch up. Okay, I am like, everything's loading so slow right now. So I think we've crossed like an optimization line. Everything's loading incredibly slow right now. Fox Edit, don't do it to me. Don't do it, Fox Edit. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is save it, just in case. So for this portion, I don't want it to like make boxes. Instead, using our, reference, I'm looking for just some horizontal lines. Okay, so we're making shelves, which are essentially rectangular boxes. And there's a lot on this one. Because books are, in general, smaller. So let's go ahead and take our horizontal lines. And I should honestly make these a little bit thinner. Because again, we're trying to optimize here. We can't make something so large. So I'm going to use the box tool here. Then trim vertically, and then we'll take the fill and remove everything. We'll go ahead and crop it again. And this time I'm going to duplicate this layer. Take all of these and shift them up. Let's see. We'll shift them down instead. And I'll remove this middle one. Bring this one up. I mean, it's pretty good. I don't want to count. Okay, we'll count. Do 30 foot. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 20, 24. It's like 27. Fashul! What's up, Fashul? 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, that's 27. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 27. I think we're good. I'll just count it anyway. 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 27. I did it! Okay. We're doing it. We're doing it and doing it well. Hey, Garnikin. You're not late. Welcome in, Garnikin. How's my favorite LARPer doing? Sparky Snaggle, if you use the select tool, it'll show you the count at the bottom of the screen. What? Sparky Snickle, you know magic. Okay, I'll look. I'll try it. So using the select tool, it's at the bottom. Wait, why is this not allowing me? Let's select mode, rectangle tool. Where am I looking? Do line? Okay. Oh! I saw it for a brief moment. I see. It keeps shifting though. I can see how that'd be useful, but I wish I could see it. Have to watch as you drag, I see. Okay. Good to know, though. Like, I hadn't even noticed that before. So, you might question why I'm making so many variations. And that's because I'm going to duplicate this project file and then delete all the old variations. So I'll have kind of like this receipt of previous assets and versions of assets, but then I'm going to clean it up once I've committed to shapes. So I'm going to take the box tool and we're going to remove some. Alright, yes, we'll probably merge this first. Crop it. Set to center, set to floor. Save. Nope. And so this is why we make backup versions. Also, the ghost is pretty helpful too, so I should just use that. So we'll probably make a bottom much like the bookcase here. Because let's be honest, like, how often are you reaching for the bottom shelf? So these bookcases make sense. Also, we're going from bottom to top, so... Let's go ahead and duplicate this. This will be H2. Seems as though I'll want to make one more variation. Let's cross B5. And for this one, I'm just going to remove the top portion. Oops. Crop it all. Yeah, whatever you guys are working on today, hope it goes well. Hopefully we'll be playing some Dungeons and Dragons today. I know Joe has like some family matters. I know his wife is like very sick, so Joe might not be able to make it. But as long as we have 3 people that could play, we'll still play. Okay. Hmm. Six. We have like 7 shelves per bookcase. That makes sense. And so I'll also probably want to reduce these vertical lines. And yes, I am renaming them, but it'll all make sense when I remove them in the new version. Should be enough. Something like that. So that's a little bit too tall for our player. So we'll shift it all down just a tad. And this is helpful because I made a parent node for our cross. And I can also take this top portion, be a child node, or we'll duplicate it actually. So duplicate, we'll do front, top. Minimize all this. Front top, we're just going to rotate vertically. Position it forward. Excuse me. Do bookcase front face. Keep the same size, but now we're going to push it forward, so it's going to be like 24. Keep it centered and set to floor. Save. Optimize it just a little bit. We'll do removal of the first couple frames, couple on the side, crop it again, set to center, set to floor. You gotta think of it like IKEA furniture. You know, like when you're shipping IKEA furniture, you're not gonna have excess amount of cardboard. You want the minimum amount. That's actually a good way to think about it for game optimization. We'll make it even a little bit wider too. Let's do 32. That's the number we've been working with anyway. Set to center, set to floor. Cool. And now we'll just copy paste it, put it on the bottom. So we'll do duplicate. This will be front, bottom. And there's a lot of things I could improve with this design, but I just want to get it in the game. Then we can fine tune it from there. It's only the minimum amount of screws and one less. We'll make sure to give the players the right amount. Okay, so with our bookcase back, I'm now going to make a new one. It's going to be book VC back V2. And this one we're actually going to paint the books on. Before I continue, I'm going to go ahead and make a new version. So we'll save it. And we're going to save as a new version. So we'll do file, save as. We'll do mn_bookcase _v2. And I'll make sure I'm working in that file. Sometimes it doesn't look like you're working in it because it doesn't change the title at the top. Cool. And now we're going to remove unattached. So now we have all of our original pieces that are currently on the client. I'm going to delete our character node. We can delete him too. So now I'm going to start painting on our bookcase. For now, sure, we'll keep that. It's a little bit slow because, again, we're working in a very tall asset with a lot of voxels. Let's see how we can do this better. How can we optimize this? So right now, I'm going to use just 3 random colors. Doesn't really matter at the moment. Oh no, it's so slow. How can we better optimize this? Well, I want to paint on this because it just makes it easier for me. However, at the same time, I'm not going to be able to get these half shapes. So I think we are going to be making rows of books. And then we can fit the rows inside of our bookcase. So we'll just use one of these front face sections. I'm going to do BC row 1. We'll make a new child node. This is going to be all of our books. Create child node book row 1. So now we're going to flip it. Position it. Set to center, set to floor. That's the right height, I believe. Except we do want the maximum. 256. Save it. You want the bookcase IRL, huh? Halfd0rk, when it ships, you'll be the first to own it. I'll sign it. I'll mint it. We do want to remove some of these frames. But now we can start painting our books. Let's go for a flat. No, that's fine. Should be good. Do set to center, set to floor. Save it. And then I'll position it, and then I'll start painting the books. And so ideally, we're also going to have some books sticking out. But first I'll make the books, and then we'll work on that part. Okay, so what I'll do to start is turn on some mirroring. This should hopefully help me. We'll use the line tool, and we're just going to paint. And our books are relatively large. Yo! And Zua12, welcome. Thanks for the follow. So we're doing one color at a time. We don't want it to be perfectly symmetrical, so I will turn off the symmetricalness.
Perfection.
Once we've made a few books. These books actually might be too wide. I suppose we'll find out. Like this one in particular. Pick a different color. And this is just to get the shape working, you know, the way I want it. We'll probably, you know, come in and redesign them once they're what we're looking for. I am eyeballing it. So some books should also be thicker than others. If only I could have AI do this part. Needs more AI. Well, when we finish this shelf, I'll do a quick giveaway and get myself a drink. Give it away now.
You can do it!
I'm doing it. Doing it well. Just do it. What's up, Trap Edition? So having some books be thinner and some thicker is a good thing, I would say. We'll probably add maybe a fourth and a fifth color as well. They're all going to be somewhat similar in color. And we're also going to be making a couple different shelf variations. I gotta say, painting in Vox Edit is pretty cathartic. Is that the right word? Cathartic. Yeah, cathartic was the correct word. It's usually 50-50 with me and words. Sometimes words hard, you know? Sometimes language difficult. It looks odd for sure. But again, this is just to get like the feel for the bookcase. I can change out the palette relatively easily. What nursery? This is for the meta punk, you know, feudal Japan nursery, obviously. We don't have to decide on a palette just yet. But now I kind of want to. And Kay did share with me some color. So maybe we'll have like the corrupted orange. Could be some of these. We'll do maybe like the blue. A nice dark blue. We do want it to be relatively tame. I think blue is the wrong direction to go. I think it's closer to what we're looking for. Some of that is popping out too much as red. Like we want red. It'll probably look different in game though. Pretty nice. Well, I do want more brown to counter our light colors here. So probably take this one. More of like a red brown maybe. That's nice. All right, let's do a giveaway, shall we? Shall we? Keyword will be mine. Because that is original. So type in mine. I'm going to step away for a bit. Hey, Jupin. How it do? And Zua, welcome. Ian's here. Hi, Ian. What happening? What happening? What happened? Alright, we're gonna roll it twice. Because that's what heroes do. Jayonha! Congrats, Jayona. And... make sure to grab your name. And Zua! Congrats! Love the shark. Very nice. So, what you've won is a creator coin. So if you guys don't know what creator coins do, we do have a shop. So you basically, the more you save up, the more things you can afford.
Oh no!
We suck again! So you can have your own custom meme. You can have a welcome message. You know, you can make a...
You make a choice to win, and you win.
yeah, you just win.
Sorry, winning.
Go West is a good example of that.
75. Woohoo!
Woohoo! So, with those coins, you know, the first thing you can buy is having a welcome message. Go West likes showing him off. But one thing I'll ask Anzua is if you could whisper me your wallet address so that I can ship you one. It's on Matic, if that makes a difference for you. Or you can post it in chat. I mean, it is a public address, but it is your privacy, and I, you know, want to acknowledge that. But I'll open up a DM with you. And for those of you curious on what the things you can buy, the more of those coins you win, the better the prizes. Yeah, start saving up, Anzua. The Sueco glasses, fantastic asset to save for, as well as Maxi Max's Scientist Sword. Sounds perfect. 15 coins for HD to whisper into the mic. Yeah, no, that's a good price. Sure. If anybody saves up to 50, so 50, I will buy, for me, one of those microphones with 2 heads on it so that I can speak in each side. So I think they're like stereoscopic or something. 2 ears. Okay, so we have our dark, you know, bookshelf. Ooh, dark bookshelf sounds cool. All of these are using a missive, which I think will look really cool in game. And again, we're not going to know until it's in game. But we're going to make probably another couple versions of our bookcase. And then we also want to extrude some of these. So let's go ahead and try that now. We'll do bookcase row 2. Mine. Oh, sorry. The giveaway has ended. Jeonha and Anzua have both won. Nope. No longer mine. What's up, Static? Is it tea time already? I've got coffee. More specifically, espresso. Delightful. So I'm going to extrude some of these books quite randomly. Whoops. I do want to use the same color, though. And like some will pop out a lot, some will pop out some. Save it. That took me all of, what, 30 seconds? Alright, and so now we're going to start duplicating these rows. Let's be book row 2. Cheeseburger, Big Mac Whopper. And so we already have a problem, and that's the shelves themselves being too thin. So what's my solution for that? Well, I can push these in a little bit. So we'll do a -1. And that should still give it plenty of depth. Cool. So now that we have our 2 different bookcases, I'm going to start making variations. So we'll do row 3. And this is us painting it, so we got to paint it. We're making a different version, and we're going to try our best not to match the above one. You know what's nice is I could do this, and this is kind of cheating, but in Vox Edit you're allowed to cheat, you know, cut corners. I'm just going to rotate it like this. Just by dragging it from one side to the other. Duplicate it again. I mean, it's working. Cut down to 4 to 5 a day. That's still, I mean, pretty good. And Sparky, that's honestly a great habit. Or, yeah, I would say it's a habit to cut back to 1. I have to do 2. Yesterday I was tempted to do 4. And at that point, like, if you've done it before, you know, overindulged in anything, like, you understand your body can't take all that, especially with caffeine. I drink a pot a day. Oh yeah, like 4 cups I realized is like my limit. Any more than that, like I'm probably gonna hurt myself. Not on purpose, of course, but yeah, I gotta let it detox. 100%. So should we have like a secret lever behind one of these books? It's a trick question because the answer is yes. The answer is always yes to secret levers. Tassimo. Ooh, what's Tassimo, Roskuru? No longer mine, Trap. Sorry. And Static. Yeah, we might do one more giveaway at the end of the stream. So that'll be around 10 o'clock. Give it away now. So we still got a little bit of poke through our Z fighting. Seems to only be on that shelf. So it looks like my shelf is not extruding far enough. So this one here. So we'll check this. We want it to be on 1, I think. So all of these, I'm going to put it 1. And so that should fix our Z fighting. Ha! See you later. Armin slipping in here with the bad links. Guys, make sure you don't click links. Oh, it's a coffee pod machine. Oh, okay. Do you guys have Keurigs over in the UK? Keurigs are our coffee pod machine. So I'm curious if it's just like a different brand for you all. Which I mean makes sense. It's like whichever company monopolizes the market first. Gotta love capitalism. I wonder if it's a real person that goes around spamming Twitch channels. I mean, it has to be, right? They're just like running a script. We're all bots. True, 9A. It's all in our programming. It's who we're meant to be. Bookshelf looking nice, though. We also gotta make some books, though. Also... Nah. It's fine. Definitely looks like a database, you know? Maybe we will make like a blue version and a yellow version. Which again, all I have to do is swap out the palettes. So I'll make a blue and a yellow version. And then we can see in game which one we like more. But it's between blue and yellow. Okay, so this one I'm gonna flip upside down. Did that do it? Yeah, that did it. But yeah, looks good. Save. And so we'll do that with the other ones as well. Do you see row 5? As long as we have the extrusion facing forward, we should be fine. And then I also want to make sure I'm using the variation. So it looks like I just flipped it all the way upside down, ironically. Yep. That's all I had to do was the Z-axis. I'm over here clicking every single button. Where did it go? Why you do this? I know why you did that. I have a question, Enzua. How can I check if a drop of an event is already distributed? I played since Season 3, got all that rewards, but the AFA was dropped on 30 December and still didn't receive anything. Well, I can tell you from first-hand experience, most sandbox drops are slower than average. while I can't help you confirm any of this, and there's no real way to check, all I can recommend is, you know, having more patience. Which it's hard to do. You know, it's hard to be patient when it comes to these things because, you know, they promise a certain thing by a certain date. But unfortunately, especially when it comes to rewards from game jams, like I've had to wait up to 2 months. And generally speaking, it's not fun to wait. It's just that's the way it is. Until things get into more of a routine with the sandbox team. It is alpha after all, so we have to be patient. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. And I know that's not really what you wanted to hear. But, I mean, asking on Discord, opening a ticket would probably be the next thing. Like, if it gets to that point. That's a good looking bookcase, huh? It reminds me of, you know, like a server, like a computer server in a way. Yeah, Trap, my claim page, there's nothing on it, but I imagine I would have had claims. And asking questions is good. Always ask questions. You know, we're a hive mind here. We're the sandbox hive mind. The dark books at the edge look strange? Like this one? I can agree with that. Or this one. Maybe we will try and avoid that. Easy enough. Like, all I have to do is shift it a little bit more. Because, yeah, I could totally see how the contrast makes those feel a little bit odd. And we'll see how it looks in game. I think the emission will kind of make or break this. What I would like to do is also add a little bit more yellow. So I'm going to go ahead and save a palette from one of these rows. So we can see here I already have these colors. Before I save the palette though, I want to find the yellow I was using for this portion, the shelves themselves. So we'll take this FFE 900. I'll take this, we'll copy one of these, paste it, then we'll save this palette. This is going to be our bookcase palette. So I'll save it in the same folder, just for organization purposes. Generally speaking, I want it to be above this so I can just click it immediately. So I'm going to do A, BC palette. So ideally that's going to now put it at the top of my list alphabetically. I'm trying to find, a better way to do all this, but this is, me trying to optimize as we go. And so now I'm going to load that same palette. We can see it's already at the top. ABC palette. Perfect.
Perfection.
And now I'm going to make some lines. So we'll do something like this. And I think we're going to want to extrude it, much like how it was extruded here. We can even see they use like a darker black. So we might add that as well. So let's add 2 more faces. And we'll extrude this. And then I'll also go ahead and paint this a little bit darker. I can resave the palette using a dark black. Let's use this color. And I just want to give it a little bit more depth. So I think I'll paint maybe like the undercolor of this yellow. And we might even extrude it by 1. Something like that. We don't know how this is going to look yet, but we'll see. And we might add a little bit more flare down at the bottom here. Let's see how that looks. Now I'm going to resave this palette, because I changed the first color to a darker black. Save it. And now it should have affected several of these. So now it's got like a nice rim to it. And it didn't affect the sides because that's a different asset. I think it looks pretty nice. So we're gonna see how this looks in game, but before that, I want to do a couple things. I want to change out the palette to where it's using a blue. So I'm going to save this file, save as, and we're going to make a new one. And you'll see just how easy it is to swap out the colors here. This is why I like to make versions and variations. Just so I can, test things and see how they look in the game. And then once we've committed to a color, we'll be able to change it up. One thing I could also do is I could have each room or each wall of my library a different color. So maybe like a different subject. But I don't think that fits our puzzle that well. Okay, so let's go ahead and change out the palette. So we are using, a different version, so I don't have any problems of, changing things. All I'm gonna do is just move this up into the blue section. Save it. And then we're gonna save that palette. And I'll go ahead and change this one down to the black as well. Save palette. And because this is in our new folder, I can just write over this palette.
I love that.
It doesn't appear to have changed the palette by default, so I just have to go manually into each asset and change it. That's not a problem. I'm going to actually edit this a little bit more. I don't like how similar these two colors are. Purple. Save it again. Cool. So now that I have that new updated palette, I'll go into each one of my assets and just change it out. So we'll do load palette, make sure we're in the correct folder, save. It should automatically put us in the correct folder, but I think it's reading that palette. So if I hover over it, okay, it's got the blue, we're good. So just a couple clicks, and then we'll have the updated version. This is going to be a tough choice. I don't know if I like the blue or the yellow.
I love lamp.
I kind of like the blue and the yellow. Is that too extra? So with this one, we're swapping out that yellow for probably a dark blue. And we can resave the palette because we're using a different color here because it's not emissive. Both is good. So now with the blue, it's a lot harder to see. So we do want to pick a blue that fits and complements the others. So let's take a look at that. And we can use the ghost here to help us choose. In fact, we could even try black. Black might look good. No, I don't like the black. What's a complement to blue? That would be orange. We could use the corrupted orange. Hard to say. I think it will make a difference in game. So for now, I'll go with like a light cyan. And we'll save the palette first. Nice. All right, so that's our second version. I will be exporting these to the marketplace so we can see how they look in the game. But we have two different bookcases already. Now I'll go ahead and make a book. So this is going to be an interactive asset in our game. So we'll go into our Vox Edit folder, January MN_book V1. So the MN stands for Meta Noir. That's our code name for this game. So I'll go ahead and load up my template file. And this just has an avatar for scale in it. We'll do import, or I'm sorry, new model. This will be just a book. The book doesn't have to be anything complicated, but what we can do is at least load that palette. So we'll do the second bookcase yellow. And we'll probably make it like 4 voxels tall. Drop it. I know what books look like. Why is eyedropper tool so weird sometimes? Do a nice white here. Nice, an Oreo book. Perfect. Lemon flavored.
Perfection.
Perfection. And we can even scribble on it a little bit. Looks good. Let's see the scale. Yeah, I mean, that's about the right scale. Make sure it's set to centered, set to floor. That's my boy Blue. Yikes. All right, it is 10 o'clock, so we're gonna do one more giveaway for those of you that weren't able to make that middle giveaway. And if you've already won, you can still, join this one. I think it depends on the color of the wall. I agree. We are going with like a dark room. So the keyword is going to be Halfd0rk. Halfd0rk. Make sure you spell that correctly, or else you won't be the giveaway. Halfd0rk. I just like watching people struggle. Can you please use that in a sentence? Yeah, yesterday I twisted my Halfd0rk, but as soon as I hit the ground, it snapped back into place. So Anzua's got the vote for blue, so here's what we'll do. I want to see what you guys want to vote for out of the two. So, which color bookcase do you like? It's between blue and yellow. This is a very quick poll. You can cast your poll in Twitch chat while we're waiting for everybody to type in Eikeljadif. Gotta take, yeah, static. Static, I love how you use these emojis. Didn't see the colors? Yeah, we'll take another look. So here is the original. It's more of like a yellow-orange. And this is, you know, what we worked from. And then all we did was swap out the color palette. So it's got some browns, orange, but a yellow theme. Reminds me kind of like fire, in a way. And then we have the blue, a much more cool, icy. Which I do kind of agree with Tom. Knowledge is kind of blue. Wait, how did I miss this one? We can just load the palette. Save it. Swap that out with one. This one here. What? Oh yeah. Gotta flip it. Set to center, set to floor. Now it's good. Kind of interesting how I have this pattern going. It's not identical, but it matches up pretty well. Yellow theme makes you think Reese's. Yeah, it's the Reese's bookshelf. Patent pending. So I didn't add 4 to anything. So let me add 4 to something else. We'll put it on 462 right here. It does have that Reese's color scheme, I'll say that much. So, yellow seems to have won the poll there. So, yeah, I mean, we'll see how they look in game. But it does take a few hours for them to be added to the inventory, unfortunately. But, in the meantime, let's go ahead and roll that poll. Ross Guru winning the last one. GG. Well done. Woo! So, let's see if anybody's currently streaming in the sandbox. We can send a raid their way. GG! Nope, just me today. That's going to be the end of our stream. Hopefully, we'll be playing some Dungeons and Dragons at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But I'll consult with the group. If anything, keep an eye out for Discord or on Twitter. I'll make sure to make the announcement. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. Congratulations, Ross Guru, on the last giveaway there. I'll write your name down. I think I have your wallet address. If not, I'll get with you. Can't choose. Yeah, static. I don't know. Maybe we'll make more. We'll have a different color for each wall. There's potential there. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Oh my. So, you can't open the experience, Lazy Bunny. That is so frustrating. I'm sorry, dude. No way to delete the preset either, huh? Yeah, sorry, my guy. Thanks all. Have a good weekend. See you next time. And yeah, thanks to the new folks tuning in, and Zua, Lazy Bunny. We'll see you next time. I appreciate you guys. Have a good one. Bye-bye.